Hi, you guys. Welcome to Skill 19. We're going to go ahead and talk about the center of spread. So what a center of spread is, it is a way to decide what the middle of a set of data is. So there's different ways to find that middle. You guys may have heard the words mean, median, and mode before. Those are all different ways to find the middle of data. So mean is the average. So we're just going to do the total or the sum of data sets divided by the number of entries. The mean is the middle number of a data set. So if I put them all in order, if I found the middle, the mode is the most common occurring number or like answer to a data set. So this first problem asks us to find the mean of the data set or mode. Sorry, asks us to find the mode of the data set. So it wants us to find the number that occurs the most. So if I put this in order 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13. No number appears more than others. So no mode. This asks for the mean. So nearest tenth, so point something, 1 point past the decimal. So I'm going to add all of these up. And I divided them by 8. So the average data answer the average data value, or the average number of movies I saw in the past years was 12.625. We would round that to 12.6 once we round to the nearest tenth. So we're going to use this same data set and we're going to talk about what the middle number is or the median would be. So I can go ahead and put this data in order. 5, 6, 9, 5, 6, 9, 13, 13, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, that's my 8 of them. I want to find the middle. Okay, the middle of 13 and 13 we know is 13. So my median is 13. This asks us to find the mean and the median of the following data. So let's find the mean first. We'll add up all these. And I divide by 6. $63 divided by 6 to the nearest tenth would be 10.5. Median, I'm going to put all these in order, 8, 8, 8. I have to mark them off as I go. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 12, 13, 14. So to find the middle, I need the middle of 8 and 12. So the median is 10. So this data set is asking us to find and compare the mean, median, and mode of adults that rated their headache pain. So it asks for these data set, what measure of central tendency takes on more than one value. Click all that apply. So let's just, as it is, find the mean, median, and mode. So I'm going to add up all my scores, so on, divided by, I asked 18 people. I'm adding all these up. We should have gotten 734 divided by 18. And that is like 40.8. So that's only one value. My median is going to be my number in the middle. So let's see which one of these is the middle. And then my mode would be if any number occurs more than once. So let's think about this. Which of these numbers occur more than once? And 17 occurs more than once. So all of these numbers just occur once, or all of these numbers have one value. So our answer would be none of these measurements. I'm going to go to the next slide for B. Okay. B, it wants to replace the 89 with a 97, and it wants to know which of these would change. So we're going to find the mean, median, and mode again. I can see that the mode is still 17. To find my mean, I'm going to add my 14 plus 17 plus 17 all the way up to my plus the 97 divided by 18. And we're going to see what that number becomes. What we end up getting for the mean is 742 divided by 18, or 41.2. So the mean did change, the mode did not change. Let's see if the median changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still at that 34.5. So the median did not change. So all that would have changed is our mean. I'm going to do C on the next slide. For part C, it wants to know if the original data set, the smallest measure, were removed, how would that change it? So let's see. Our mode is still 17. So our mode does not change. Our median, which is our middle number, is now 37. Our median does change. We just need to find our new mean. 17 plus 17 plus 17, all the way up to 89, divided by, I now have 17. This ends up equaling 720 divided by 17. So it's 42.4. So our mean and our median change from the original. So this next one is asking us what is the relationship between the mean and the median of the original data set. The mean is greater. So now we're taking a second to talk about what an outlier is. An outlier is a data set that is really different from the other data sets. So we just kind of got to look at it. We see that this 14 is really low and this 18 is really high. So our outliers would be, or not 18, 88. Our outliers would be 14 and 88. If I look at this data set, they all are relatively around each other except for this. So 867 would be our outlier. What we're going to talk about is how do you know when you use mean, median, or mode to find the center of a data set. So if there's no outlier, you use a mean. If there is, yes, an outlier. Then you use the median. If there's not number data, but qualitative data, you use the median. So we're going to take a second to think through, in this example, which one would you use? So these are 9 houses that are in a local neighborhood. Which numbers would summarize the data? There is no outlier, so we're going to use the mean. Here, there is an outlier. So we're going to use the median. People ask what brands they want. So if I have like a bunch of brands, you can't really like do a formula with brands. So this goes back to, we used qualitative data, so we're going to use the mode. The last thing we're going to talk about is the ranges in between the highest and lowest value. So an Eiffel Tower offers a daily sightseeing trip to Florence. The list below gives the number of people who made the trip for a section of 9 summer days. So my highest value is, I think, 64. My lowest is going to be a 27. The difference between those is 37. So 37 is the range.